only all local morning news. Fox 2 News Morning starts now.
The Super Bowl 43 was a great game, but besides the spectacular plays, most people look forward, of course, to the commercials.
Yes, indeed. And the day after the game, that's what everybody's talking about. So what are some of the favorites?
Well, joining us this morning from the University of Detroit Mercy is Professor Michael Bernanke. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
So we all have our own favorite. I'm sure people at home have their favorite. So, Alan, I think you're going to start?
Well, you see, this is not one of my favorites. It's just what I'm going to talk about. This is not my favorite. But it was funny to me, though. The Crystal Ball Doritos one. Let's take a look.
Hey, man. What's that?
It's my crystal ball.
It looks like a snow globe.
Nuh-uh, it's real. Here, watch. Free Doritos at the office today? I think that's
it's pretty easy to understand who that sort of appeals to.
No, absolutely. You know, it's a guy's ad. As a matter of fact, you know, they had two surprise endings. It had one in the middle and then one at the end, of course, with the crystal ball. And kids love it, guys love it, and you know, it's just body humor, and that sells at the Super Bowl.
There you go.
There were I'd noticed a lot of movie ads, a lot of movie trailers, as opposed to these multi-million-dollar commercials. But, you know, one company you can always count on is Anheuser-Busch. I wasn't really impressed with the commercials this year, the stock of them, but let's take a look anyway.
Daisy! Daisy! Come on, Daisy. Say goodbye to lover boy. Bye-bye, Romeo.
I'm with you on that one, Cam, actually. You know, I feel the same way. It's just sort of almost cheesy, it seems, but that one was voted nationally as the best commercial by this group out of Chicago. So
I don't get it. It was okay, but...
Yeah, you know, as a group, I agree. I think this was Anheuser-Busch's worst year in a long, long time. And by the way, it broke a string of winning the ad meter, which was remarkable. The one that we saw before actually won the ad meter, and to the producers of it, which was was a consumer-generated ad, it brought them $1 million. He said if the Doritos ever did that from a consumer-generated, that they were going to get a mill, and they did, so it was remarkable. But Anheuser-Busch went for the soft, you know, for the Clydesdale, for the animals, and it's okay, but, you know, sometimes that's an overkill, and I think this year it was an overkill, and they got buried, really, by other ads.
Right.
yeah. Animals were big. Bugs were also big, at least with Coca-Cola. Take a look at this one.
Mr. Palomalo?
Yeah.
You need any help?
Going back to a classic there, which was an interesting idea. A nice ad, but not one of my favorites. My favorite was, of course, the one with all the animals with them, you know, throwing the frisbee at the cow.
Sure.
And
yeah, that was a good one.
That's hilarious. The ostrich chasing the person out of the out of the yard. That to me was interesting, but you know, it was okay.
Well, you know, the soft light side again is shown by the Coke, you know, with the bugs. And I think that's going to be critically reviewed. How can you critically review a 30-second movie? I don't know, but you know, that's going to happen. Yeah, that will go in posterity. And then, you know, the other one, kind of recreating the Joe Green. You just can't do that.
Yeah, that's
a
classic.
It was cool. It was cool, but Joe Green, you know, and the Coke and the Kid, that only happens once every 2 or 3 generations, and it did. So, you know, you can see that there's some creative lapse, a little bit here and there. You're just not able to capture some of the good old days with these commercials.
You're right.
All right. Well, as always, a pleasure. We always have this date every year.
I look forward to it, you know, and by the way, GM was there. They were there in the Super Bowl in the back of the program.
There you go.
Yeah.
A little less expensive, I'm sure.
Yeah, CTS. And also Transformers, you know, one of the movies that was there. So, you know, all we have to say is just wait till next year. It's old Chicago Bear adage, by the way.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Biased, are you? Thanks, Mike, for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Fox 2 viewers also have their favorites, and you can check out the list on the Entertainment tab or type in the keywords Super Bowl ads. That's at our website, myfoxdetroit.com.